Our umpire, Leo Sai. So you mentioned, Sean, the contrasting styles here. Olah has the big backhand. How do you think that'll come into play?
You know, it's going to be very important because you've got a lefty-righty combination, and there it is right there. I mean, Olah knows any time that he plays that strong backhand, it's got to go cross-court out to Koki Niwa's forehand. That's the weaker side. Koki will spend most of his time in his backhand corner, and you can see right now, Benedak wanting to come out with offense, with power. He's not waiting to allow Koki to play some offense of his own. Look at that. I mean, that's just, wow.
A drive off the forehand side. Olah is the first Finnish table tennis Olympian, and he takes so much pride in being able to have done that.
I mean, again, this is what Benedak Olah needs to do. He needs to keep the attacks going, and then as that ball comes over, wait for the opportunity and then just deliver that strong backhand. There it is once again. I mean, I'm sure head coach of the Revolution has said, use the backhand. There you see cross court, well executed, a lot of precision, tons of power.
And tons of risk taking as well. He mentioned some of the weapons that he has, along with the big backhand, as the serve finds the net.
Yeah, very.
He'll go after his shots.
Yeah, unfortunate situation there. Olah does not want to give away any free points.
For Koki Niwa, three-time Olympian, this guy, second overall pick in the 2025 MLT draft. This is his first season with MLTT. Second in the league power rankings. His Spindex rating is the best amongst anybody here this weekend. A subtle little attacking shot over the table for Koki Niwa. Played 9 games in singles this year, 6 wins, 3 losses.
And Brian, you can see once again, anytime Olah gets the opportunity, he's taking it out to the lefty's forehand. It's very tough for Koki Niwa to cover that wide angle. He wants to stay in home base in that backhand corner. And here, look at this, perfect wide out, breaking away. Olah knows where he needs to attack the ball to.
Started out as Olah, a basketball player, before transitioning to table tennis right when he was about 9-10 years old. Which is such an interesting change of sport to go from basketball. What can basketball do as far as transferring over some of the strengths in, say, a table tennis player?
Yeah, there's such different sports. I would say that maybe the overall court view of being able to see the full table. Obviously, the footwork is quite different when you're posting up and having to do a turnaround jumper. I mean, Olah, very nimble for his size. He's very strong in the middle of the table, which is where generally a lot of players are weak. And he is just putting a lot of pressure. Koki, small guy, floats around, more like a boxer, able to pick and choose. You see him playing a backhand there from the forehand side and then getting his forehand into play. So again, a contrast in styles with big Olah, and there's the quick power of Koki Niwa, just exploding with his step around.
Each one of these games is a race to 11 points, just to keep that in mind. Each game won constitutes a point.
And this is what it's going to come down to. Can Koki Niwa hold the table with these blocks and really take time away from Olah, taking these big backswings that are necessary in order to deliver these finishing blows? Ball is moving so quickly between these two.
Game points for Niwa.
11-8, 1 game to
He'll
go.
take the first game 11-8. Serving first will be Olah in the second game.
1-0.
Again, Olah's coming out very aggressive, which is what he needs to do. He can't play safe. Koki, even though he's a great blocker, he's got tremendous offense. He is so quick on his feet, and he can turn any rally where he's defending into an offensive kind of a switcheroo where he just comes in and re-loops it off the bounce. You saw him try, you see him almost go down on the floor that time to try to step around that backhand corner. Serving from the middle of the table, just so quick. It's tough to find Niwa's middle, where with Olah, much bigger target being a taller player.
You'd expect for Olah to feel a little bit of pressure. You think about if you're a Revolution fan, your two newly drafted players not available this weekend in Choi Seung-min and Shang Xiang-shu, and that now adds a little bit more in terms of what you need individually out of your core, led by Revolution head coach Matthias Habasson.
Yeah, Brian, I think that's a really good point because Olah, look at that forehand. That's over the table, and you can just see him reminding himself he's got to get the job done. But to talk about your point, Olah is such a great team player. I know he's going to feel the extra pressure of his teammates not being there. They've had to go to a reserve player out of the reserve pool, Lee Ki-wei from Houston, who's a defensive player, which adds a lot of dynamic to go along with Matthew de Santillan, another defensive player. So they're bringing a whole new look to the Revolution. But right now, Olah would love, oh, that's a nice, almost a Koki Niwa chop block. And now, oh, off the table, Olah tried to deliver that strong backhand, and Koki's keeping that strong little 1 to 2 point lead that gives him a lot of options where he doesn't have to play outside of his comfort zone.
Airing off the backhand counterattack.
Net serve.
3-5.
And that's, Brian, where Benedak Olah is going to have an advantage. On the short balls, he is so tall, he can reach in with his arm, where Koki Niwa has to step in as the smaller player. So less footwork for Olah. Like to play a lot of short stuff and then go for the big finishing blows. Koki, quick, wants to move the ball around and play a lot more to the center of the table, where Olah is weakest, transitioning from the backhand to the forehand side. Oh, went for everything right there. You can see Olah not happy with that decision.
There's the wingspan advantage that Olah has. There's also the power advantage. He said in a photo shoot last night, which is an interview coming up on social media for MLTT coming up here soon, that he's got this thing going on, Sean, where he's got a streak of every day he's doing one more push-up than the next day. Today, 298 push-ups. Tomorrow, 299.
Well, when you can do that many push-ups in a day, that's why you can see these type of powerful shots, this backhand right here off the bounce. And then again, the smart and the movement in order to keep it going with the forehand. He's not just a one-hit wonder. He's got the forehand to follow it. Look at this. Oh, and Koki up at the table, bringing everything back. You know, last week the European Championships were on tabletennis.tv, and I was watching Benedak play in some of the early rounds, and it was just such a thrill to not only see him in person here like we are in Chicago, but then to see him playing on the biggest stage in the European Championship. So if you haven't subscribed, definitely set yourself up, because there are amazing matches. Almost every match that was played during the European Championships was hosted on tabletennis.tv.
All the coverage this weekend will be on tabletennis.tv. 4 game points for Niwa. Looking to add on.
Good serve. Side spin, top spin by Olah. Niwa realizing opened up his racket a tad. Same serve. And look at that shot by Niwa to finish out the game.
Captivated by the native of Japan's 2 games to love start.
And this is not the situation that Benedak Olah wants to be in, where he puts his team not only having not won the majority of the games, but to go down 0-3, that's even more pressure to kind of get back into this match, because at 0-3 now you can start trading points, and all of a sudden both teams fighting to get that advantage going into the golden game.
What's exciting, though, for the Revolution, it's their season debut. They're the last team to have their season debut, waiting all the way to week 4. For the Slice, this is the first year that they've been in the league. And to be 2-1 is a pretty good start, but Niwa has had the final say on the majority of the rallies in this first singles encounter.
And you can see the entire team with the Slice coach, Adam Hugh. I think he did a really smart job, Brian, of selecting during the pool for the new teams to grab players that were in the league, so that they knew exactly what was going, whether it's coming from the doubles, and we're going to get to see open serve doubles for the first time, but then also the golden game, because it is such a different dynamic, which has really made the sport that much more exciting from a team perspective, because any team can win at any time. So I think Slice new this season, a lot of veterans on the team. Revolution, I mean, they're my favorite. I just love the whole dynamic from the coaching to the owners, and again, my favorite player, Benedict Olah. With great shots like that on the forehand side, he needs to get on the board.
A flurry of forehands, looking to find that edge ball was Olah around the post.
Just Koki is so efficient when he's up at the table. Doesn't really seem like he's doing much, but he's got the 2-point lead. Look at that now, he's moving it around, continuing to spin. Just very strong with the little movements. We see Benedict making the great home run shots. Koki's getting a lot of singles, couple doubles here and there, and just keeps the pressure on, not giving Benedict any chance to breathe.
Was talking to Revolution head coach Matthias Habisson going into this match, and I said, what do you think about being the last team to have your season debut? He said, it's not a bad thing. And he said that because you have so much of your opponent's competition.
The lefties had such an advantage because they would serve from their natural singles position, and the righties would have to go over into the right court. It just didn't feel right. It was more of a server disadvantage. So now Flint Lane asked the question, why are we only serving in one direction? And the answer is, that's how they started in 1900s, early 1900s. So we've got a challenge here. And
that is our first challenge. You can challenge net edge balls, service line violations. We've got the review
to see exactly. So Koki felt it hit the net. That's why he raised his hand. So what the referee is going to do is to see how much deflection the ball had going over the net, to see if there's a clear distinction. It's got to be clear to overrule the umpires on the court. If they don't see any clear, looks like that ball is continuing at the same speed, but it obviously can brush. So we're going to get Flint Lane to give the final.
5, 6.
There you have
so
it.
Here's a situation where players generally, when they see a net ball, in their own opinion, they'll raise their hand and they'll signify to the other player, like, I thought that ball hit the net. Unfortunately, it's the umpires who are making the call. Table tennis is one of those few sports where the players often overrule the umpires in a sense of fairness. But if both players don't agree, then unfortunately you have to go with the umpire's call, because although everyone in MLTT are super sportsmen, you can have differences of what you see. And knowing Benedict's history in the sport, he's never been one to try to earn a point unfairly. If he didn't think it hit the net, or if he thought it might have, he would have raised his hand also. But we've got a heck of a third game here with Benedict trying to get that first point for season 3 on the board for the Revolution.
Trying to get that first point, but also last night pointed us to his expansive Pokemon card collection. His album decked out with Pokemon cards, hundreds of them. Always looking for the next one, looking to add on to what he has, as he hopes to add on a point. And I think going 0-3 compared to 1-2 is a complete different shift if you're the Revolution.
100%, Brian. If you go down 0-3, then you're counting on one of your teammates to have to sweep just to get back to ground zero or to stay at water level, right? So key, huge points right now for the Revolution. Benedak has to come up with the goods. Koki with the serve.
Last 2 points have gone to Niwa.
And Benedak, that's a shot he can generally make in his sleep. He's got to connect and score right now. Otherwise, the Revolution are going to be facing such an uphill battle here after game one. Oh, great forehand. He picked that one up off the side of the table. And now Olah will have his 2 serves. Maybe, could be a 10-10 golden point. Be nice to start one out in match number 1. Nice over the table.
Golden point, as you mentioned, where a single sudden death point wins a game, tied at 10-all.
Good topspin serve. Forced Niwa to have to get out of the short game and go out to the forehand that went long. So right now, game point for the Revolution.
11-9, 1 game to 2, Revolution.
Great shot by Olah, getting the job done, getting Revolutions on the board. Nice hook serve. Niwa trying to control it with a control flip, but here comes the backhand topspin that Niwa unable to control as the ball clips the top of the net and just goes long.